Today we're reviewing and unboxing the Cubot W03, another budget smartwatch. Now I recently posted quite a positive review on the Cubot C5, so let's see if this smartwatch, the W03, is just as good. Stay tuned. What's up guys, welcome back to Tech It Easy. So I'm feeling more and more confident about the budget smartwatch world now, especially after the last review I did, and I have to say first impressions of the Cubot W03 are pretty damn good. So how much is this thing going for? Well, you can find it on various websites, there will be links in the description, but I have seen it going for as little as £20. And let's be honest, the unboxing experience looks pretty great for such a cheap device. I really like the branding on this and the watch itself. Whilst it doesn't particularly look or feel expensive, I do think it looks the part, and it is refreshing to see a different colour to black being used for once. I do really appreciate the sporty blue colour here. As you can see, everything is kept pretty simple. You've got the watch itself and a pre-attached blue wrist strap to match the watch. And then you have the charger, which is thankfully a magnetic one. It is a shame that we don't get some spare straps with this one like we did with the Cubot C5, but again, not really something that I expect. Now, much like the Cubot C5, it does have a crown, but annoyingly, again, when you rotate it, it doesn't actually do anything. This is frustrating as it does feel like it is actually meant to be twisted. So I'll say it again, hopefully in the future Cubot could maybe make this something that does work. Now I said it doesn't do anything, that's not strictly true. It does double as a physical button, you just can't twist it. You can use this physical button for turning it on and off and stepping back on the watch. Upon turning it on, we have a very similar look and UI to the Cubot C5. I'm loving the watch face that came pre-installed on it, and one thing I am noticing is the text size is nice and bold and very easy to read. Now something I have picked up on here is the screen brightness. For me personally, it's not quite there. It could be a lot brighter, and it's certainly not as bright as the Cubot C5. So I really do think you may struggle reading this watch outside, especially on a sunny day. That being said though, the display is a really nice size. It rivals that of say the Galaxy Watch 3. So I am really still in awe with what you get for your money here. So let's quickly take a look at the specs and features of the Cubot W03. So the body is actually made from aerospace aluminium, making it extremely light but durable and resistant at extreme temperatures. A very nice touch if I do say so myself. Battery life wise, we have a 210 mAh battery, which will give you 7 days battery life with normal usage, and up to a maximum of 20 days using the basic watch mode. Now we have of course seen much better battery lives from different smartwatches and fitness trackers, but we've also seen much worse, so this sort of sits somewhere between the middle. The main thing to take away from this though is that it is going to get you through the week. So personally, I'm pretty happy with the W03's battery life and how it performs in that sector. Now we also have 24-hour continuous heart rate monitoring, another great feature to have. And then we have 9 different sports modes, which is a little bit disappointing. I feel that they're kind of easy to add into a smartwatch. But as I stress in almost all my fitness tracker and smartwatch videos, workouts aren't really as important as you might have been led to think. All they really do is the same thing. They track the same data, but possibly put a different name over something. So really, they're not all that important. Moving on, we also have the ability to get call and text notifications through the watch itself. You can even decline calls from the watch. You can't answer them though because there is no built-in microphone, and I really wouldn't expect there to be at this price point. Then you also have the usual expected features like Find My Phone, remote music controller, then basic features such as stopwatch and alarm. Lastly, we have IPX68 water resistance, meaning you can take it swimming with you up to a depth of 10 meters. And if you're wondering, yes, you can track your steps and sleep with this watch, and you can actually measure your SpO2 levels, which is excellent. Now, I also did notice you can even track your blood pressure, which actually makes this watch stand out among a lot of the other flagship watches. But Unfortunately, I don't have anything to test it against. So the feature is there, but I really don't know how good it is. And I am skeptical at this price point considering the Galaxy Watch 3 has only just got the blood pressure feature. And even then you need to calibrate that with an actual blood pressure machine. But hey, maybe it's going to be okay for just some crude monitoring. Now, quickly switching back to the UI, I actually found it a little bit smoother than the Cubot C5 we reviewed the other week, and I don't know what's making me feel that way. And I have to say, I really do enjoy the 5 watch faces that came pre-installed. It is a huge shame there wasn't a bigger selection there. Now, the menu system also has a nice user-friendly layout, really easy to use and extremely smooth, and not something I was really expecting from a watch at this price point again. So definitely a pleasant surprise there. Switching between different modes also feels a little less like swiping through a PowerPoint presentation. The animations feel a little smoother, which makes the watch feel a little bit more expensive than it actually is. I don't know if that is actually the case or if I've just got used to it between using this and the Cubot C5 over the past few weeks, but either way, I'm impressed. So all these features are arguably pretty brilliant to have on a budget device, but those features aren't going to be any good if they don't actually work. So we can't let the Cubot W03 get away without doing an accuracy test. So like in my other videos, we're going to test the blood oxygen and heart rate accuracy against the O2 ring the guys at Well sent out to me for another video. If you don't know what that is, it's a medical grade device coming in at around £150. And what it does give is live readings to my phone, so we can easily compare between the O2 ring and the Cubot W03. Let's see how it does. So first of all, I went ahead and tested the heart rate accuracy. So on the phone, at the bottom is your heart rate and the top is your SpO2. Now, what I found with this was that most of the time it was accurate. It just took a while to sort of catch up. But sometimes it can be the readings from the O2 ring which are a little bit slow to get to the phone. So I gave it a couple of chances. I readjusted the watch, and yeah, most of the time it was relatively accurate, very rarely bang on, but I think it's accurate enough for some general monitoring. I wouldn't bet your life on it by any means, but I certainly wouldn't class the W03 as inaccurate. Now we're going to quickly move on to the SpO2 levels, and it's pretty much the same story here. Generally it is accurate, but sometimes it takes a while to sort of catch up. I must admit though, there was a lot of failed readings, especially when I had my arm up in the air. You are meant to put it on a table, but I found with most smartwatches and fitness trackers that I've tried out, you're actually okay just doing it as if you were doing your heart rate. But I followed the instructions, I put my arm on the table, and 9 times out of 10 it was pretty much there. It was 1% out. Occasionally there was a really off reading like 78%, which was completely out. So again, it's going to be absolutely fine for sort of general monitoring. There's definitely more accurate smartwatches and fitness trackers out there, but I think for this price point you're absolutely fine. So really, we've touched on everything we really can do now. I really didn't want to make this video too long, but what I will say is if you're looking for a device that just gets the job done to a decent standard, then I wouldn't hesitate in recommending the Cubot W03. I've said it many times throughout the video, I think it's an absolutely brilliant device for the money, and it's going to be quite hard to beat. Of course, let me know in the comment section what you think of the Cubot W03. Is it the smartwatch for you? Or do you feel like going for something a little bit more upmarket? Also, if you like a watch that closer resembles an Apple Watch, you can check out my review on the Cubot C5 I did the other week, which also received a very positive review from me. Do check out the links in the description for the latest prices. Leave a cheeky like and subscribe if you're new around here. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.